prevent landing. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Entebbe.
We've arrived!
We came to Uganda with three purposes in mind. One, to look at an existing system that Urban Systems sponsored called Chinyamufura. And secondly, to look at one we sponsored, a second one we sponsored and are building right now called Nyakachura. And then we also came to look at future potential projects. First of all, then, the Chinyamufura water system. We saw the three reservoirs built at the Murago site, two built at the Ibare site, and we also went up to the sedimentation tank and the source. And one of the things I was particularly interested in seeing was the basket strainer that was to be installed after I left last year. But in any case, they did install it upside down. So that was a bit of a challenge, and we gave them instructions on how to set it up right. The other thing that was of concern was that the flow was split to both reservoirs unequally. And so we went through an exercise with the maintenance workers to show them how to measure the flow, throttle the flow and measure it so that the correct amount is going into each separate system.
We just had a meeting with the Water Committee that looks after the Chinyamufura system to discuss the benefits and the challenges which they have faced since they took it over in March 2008. Kids have a lot more time to focus on studies and go to school because the taps are a lot closer. Adults can focus on their business ventures. The kids, because it's so much closer to get the water, they can use smaller jerry cans, which is easier on their bodies and also cheaper for their families, so they save money that way as well. Some of the challenges that they've faced is mainly the maintenance fee. It's about 1,000 shillings a month, that's about 75 cents. They collect that from each household and also the organizations where the taps are located. These are typically churches and primary schools. But as time goes on, these people are seeing the value in the system and are willing to contribute and give that maintenance fee per month.
Nyakachura is just beginning. They've just moved the camp, just as we arrived, from Chinyamafura over to Nyakachura.
So we survived our first night in the Nyakachura camp. We're on our way with the axe construction staff to head to the source of the Nyakachura system. Their plan today is to excavate and work on protecting the source so that it can be piped down to the community. And we look forward to letting you know how it goes. Right, we're here at the source of the Nyakachura system. We're digging towards the mountain to try and be able to enclose the stream so that it can be piped further down and into the system.
They have started the work on the source, excavating out the source. We were a part of that and measured the flows, and they're actually a little bit more than we need for design. Secondly, they excavated the foundation for the sedimentation tank. And so that system will take probably 8 months or so to build. The complete line is something like 20 kilometers or so.
So we just discovered that there's mudfish living in the stream. Wriggly little guys.
What are you doing with them? We eat them. Eat them? Yeah. Very nice. Yeah, nice. Oh, okay.
Oh, just fry them or over the fire?
Yeah, under the fire.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Mudfish shish kebab. So after all this work, we finally found an eye of the spring. Concentrating the groundwater coming out of the ground is what we're looking for. Fresh, clean water. So we've just driven up from Kasese, where we spent the night, to this little village called West Sunday, and we're scouting out some water sources for 2 potential water systems that ACTS is looking at getting involved with, and also with the foundation to see if we want to help out with funding and with design as well. So we're checking out the area, looking at the sources, looking at the topography, and seeing the feasibility of the project.
This is the first source of the proposed Basumbu project proposal. This is a protected spring. It's been tested. It's clean. It's 1.99 liters for the 3 pipes. And then there's a bit more that we dug back for. We had an hour that day. We dug back, but the water sample was pretty turbid, and it came back a dirty sample. And finally, there's a little stream on this side. It's pretty big flow actually, but it changes over the seasons, so we haven't taken that into account for the proposal. And by dirty, I mean there's E. coli in it, which is not necessarily bad, but it's an indication of something bad for you.
Thank you for giving us clean water.